We're here at the U.S. Olympic Training Center in Colorado Springs to learn more about Olympic-style shooting. And joining me is Sergey Luzov, the pistol coach for the USA shooting team. And Sergey, what are your thoughts about the London Olympics and the USA shooting team's prospects in the pistol sports?
Well, pistol events, there are 5 pistol events in the Olympics, and the competition is really, really difficult and broad, and it actually deepened a lot through the world in the past quad, and much more countries start showing fantastic results in pistol shooting. So I expect that to be much more difficult competition than Beijing last quad. But we do have athletes who can succeed even in that kind of competition, and we're looking forward to a challenge to compete with the rest of the world and for those 3 medals in each event.
I'm sure you'll do well. Tell me, what makes an Olympic level athlete? What separates them from the recreational shooter that's out there?
These athletes shoot on the edge of human abilities in this sport. Pretty much, it's precision, unbelievable precision and skills these athletes possess in comparison with recreational shooting, as well as a lot of different tasks put on them through the match, and they have to be very flexible and innovative, or even creative to come up with a strategy to overcome some kind of difficulty during the match. And as well, they can deal with the pressure much better. They're much tougher in a pressure situation than recreational shooter.
And you competed yourself for the Soviet Union and were a world-class competitor. What did you learn during that time that helped to make you a very good coach?
Well, experience always helps, especially on that kind of level shooting when you are competing with the best athletes in this sport in the world, pretty much. You have to be one of the best to win. Otherwise, you can't do that. So, and to me, what I've learned, you will have to be willing to go extra mile than anybody else to do that. And that's the major thing, what champions possess, I think. They're willing to do more than anybody else. That's why they're better. Right.
Where are your shooters coming from? I mean, there are not many collegiate pistol shooting programs in the country. Of course, some of them, I suppose, do come from the military. Where are you finding your current crop of shooters coming from?
Well, our program is pretty small in the United States here. Normally, what we have, junior shooters coming from Junior Olympic program. We have a program of Junior Olympic on the bottom level, grassroots, and when small clubs around the country, or even taught people on the farms as well. We have some farmers coming out, and some military, yes, but mostly those military come through that Junior Olympic program anyway. And very rare we get some collegiates also. I don't know why it's so small from collegiates, because I think because of their curriculum, and they're busy and they just can't put into a sport that many hours would require it to be very good at it. So we actually pick them up in the Junior Olympic program, and then they move up through the pipeline to become development team members, junior team members, development team members, national team members. That's how that works. Okay.
And so the way the program works here in the United States and is different than some other countries. For example, I would think China and so forth. It's really up to the individual here. There's really not a lot of government help, and they really have to want it and make the sacrifice to reach this level.
That's
Is that right?
That's the biggest difference in between those world power countries in shooting. which is in pistol, China probably the biggest one, Russia's huge. Now there's other countries, like I said before, start picking up, and that actually broaden up the competition so wide. So that's why I'm saying it's going to be much more difficult competition.
What excites you most about pistol shooting?
Well, the challenge. Challenge is the most exciting part of it when athletes are shooting and they're all on the edge, and who's going to take over? That's interesting. And during the match, that unfolds dramatically. It varies through the match, and you can see that. And in pistol, you can't shoot scores as high as rifle. So variation in the scores during the match greater. So you can see people coming up and dropping down, and that's very interesting. And one of the events we have is a rapid fire pistol, which you probably saw at 25 meter over there, when you have just 4 seconds to hit 5 targets. That is, and you cannot put the gun down. You just, ready, command ready. You gotta be ready.
Very exciting and lots of pressure.
Very intense, exciting event. I love that event. So I like that excitement and being on the edge. That's what I like about it.
So what can the U.S. Olympic team pistol shooting coach tell the average recreational shooter to improve their scores when they go to the shooting range?
Well, that's of course a lot of work and fundamental work. Be really solid with your fundamental skills, which in pistol, in precision, normally is holding and triggering, pretty much. So have to spend a lot of time to develop those two things. Well, and another thing, like the pressure.
Like the pressure. Very good. Well, Sergey, thank you for joining us, and I wish you the best of luck, and as well as your athletes in the London Olympic Games. And need a place to shoot and try out some of these tips that Sergey gave you? Go to wheretoshoot.org and find a shooting range near you. And remember, when you're at the range, firearm safety depends on you.